trying a little thing here. What could be more great? No, what could be more graceful? Sorry, than being
Yes.
in Cannes with Grace? I don't know.
Can you think?
Let's try.
Not having to work. No.
No, yeah, there's that. Have a
Having a
freebie.
swim.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
No, yeah, this is, I mean, I really think it's one of those moments that you just soak it up. And we were having dinner last night, and
Yeah.
I actually was sitting there going, this is beautiful. And I'm deeply appreciative.
You're never tired of getting in Cannes, of being in Cannes.
Neither of us are.
Love
We've both
it.
had a long
it.
relationship
Yeah.
with this festival.
It's like family. I love it here.
Yeah.
I was wondering, what did the myth of Grace Kelly represent for you before this movie? Both of you. Well, I'm thinking of Nicole. She's an actress, and she must have been an inspiration, of course.
Well, I mean, I grew up obviously studying her, I mean, Hitchcock is one of the great directors, and she was basically his premier actress, and my mother adored her, and I knew quite a lot about her, but I didn't know the intricacies of her life. And this film is not obviously spanning her whole life. This film is a very small period of it, but I think it deals with her on a very human level. It deals with her vulnerabilities. It deals with some of the ways in which she had, I mean, her relationship with her parents at times, and therefore her choices and the things that the way she conducted herself.
And how did you prepare? Did you watch many movies again?
I did. I mean, Tim gets to say he didn't do much. I did a lot.
Well,
so
it's not much I
we're
can look at.
We're like the two students at school.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't study.
Well, I
yet.
looked more at
and
her
I'm like,
stuff.
I totally studied.
Which is why I didn't do very well at school.
So, I actually did very well at school.
Oh, did you? Oh, I bet you did.
But I was a bit naughty, a bit mischievous. But I did study because I had to. I mean, there's a way in which she moves and talks and behaves, and it was a beautiful place to exist in. But Olivier, when he cast me, and he cast me very quickly and very intuitively, he just sort of went, yes, that's it, this is your role. Said, I just want you to find what's in you, because I told him a lot of personal stories about myself, and he said, you're right for this. And so he molded me, he pulled things out of me.
Not too much pressure.
He took away the pressure,
I don't
strangely
think
enough.
that-
He didn't have a lot of, there was no right or wrong with him. He was more about capturing things, and the way in which he shoots. He does very tight close-ups.
But also, but I remember thinking before I came on to do it, when I knew that you were doing it, my God, you would think that there would be pressure, but the pressure only comes afterwards. There's the pressure before, the anticipation, but when you're working and you're on set, when you were on set and when you were walking around and you were Grace, for me you always were. It was, and he creates the environment.
Yeah, exactly.
It was all of
And
the
we
other
were
stuff
shooting
is the
here.
pressure.
I mean,
we
we were
here.
shooting on that huge boat, and we
Oh
were
my God,
shooting
yeah.
in the Hotel de Paris, and we were shooting in the locations were amazing.
Yeah.
And you were saying, you were talking about those kind of pressure that comes afterward. How do you feel with the children protesting and not liking the movie? And how do you feel about that?
Well,
Sad.
Yeah, but I wish they would see it. And if they saw it, maybe that would take some of their anxiety away, because it was made with like you say, respect and with love and but it's also a fiction, so it's not it's
Yeah, we sort of gleaned information from so many different sources, and Olivier and Arash, the screenwriter, felt very confident about their version, but I think I'm a mother. I understand if my children were protecting me and my life story, so I can see both sides of it, and I absolutely respect them for what they're doing, because it's their mother.
Yeah.
It's their father. And that's why there's sort of always, there's a push-pull with that. But the thing I say to them is that it was done with love. There's absolutely no...
There's no malice.
No.
No malice at all.
None at all. So...
You never met Albert, right?
I haven't.
I have.
You have?
Have you?
Yeah, a couple of times.
I would
but
like
at
to.
festivals, because he was. I met him in Cannes. I
Oh,
met him
really?
in Monte Carlo at the literary festival that they do there. Yeah. It was
But never
very-
thought about the movie.
This was before the movie. You know.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you
No,
haven't heard
no.
of them.
No.
Okay, and just one last question: how would you describe? Okay, you could tell them what is this movie? It's not a biopic. It's
No.
how would you describe it? A modern fairy tale? Because she's great. She's a princess that does very much. And how would you describe this movie?
You want to do it?
I'll take those words, modern fairy tale.
Yeah, I'll have those.
But mixed with, I think it is. I can only speak from the character's point of view because that's very hard for me to talk about it. It's
Yeah.
of a particular era, but I actually think there's a modernness to Grace. I think Grace was in a place where she was struggling to maintain a marriage, a family, and still wanted to have a career, and that very much exists
It's a
today.
very modern
And
theme,
is constantly my push-pull and my conflict, and I think she had that too. And then I think there's many other aspects to the film, so it's rich is how I would describe it.
I think you've got it when you say it's when you say it's the themes are modern. They're still going on. It's still that problem. It's when we talk about the glass ceiling for women, and it's really, it is the struggle. It's the struggle that women go through right now.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's anyone around who would jump into what she did, like to give up. The
No,
Hollywood
she.
thing.
I mean,
that I don't
she
know of
has
anyone.
the most unusual life story. And that's probably why films, stories, things will always be written about her, because she's the only person that ever went from being a movie star to a princess.
And a real movie star in the real
She
sense
won
of the
the
word.
Oscar,
Yeah.
and she left her career
Yeah.
and travelled over to Rainier to Monaco. She travelled on a boat for 6 weeks with journalists and her family, and no one's ever done
extraordinary.
that. Yeah, it's extraordinary, and no one probably ever will again.